Now here comes another mid-ranger from OnePlus. OnePlus Nord CE5. This mid-ranger is priced below 20,000 pesos, and this one is being powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 8350 Apex. 50MP na Sony LYT600 ang kanyang main camera sensor, 7,100 mAh ang kanyang battery, and 80 watts charging support na walang charging brick. Sulit kaya ang pera mo dito? Panoorin mo ang full review and full analysis natin after this quick intro. Now, ito si OnePlus Nord CE5 na may 8 gigs of RAM and 256 GB of storage is currently priced at 19,990. And if you pre-order early, you get a free case and a free charging brick na 80 watts. Kung tapos na ang promotion, sorry, bili ka na ng sarili mong charger. And of course, sarili mong case. Now, currently, this one is running Oxygen OS 15 inside Android version 15. And this one would receive a 4 years na major Android updates and 6 years na security patches. For me, quite solid para sa isang mid-ranger like this one. And some other details na gusto malaman dito, this one is 5G powered, so Globe Smart dito, tinry naman natin dito, mabilis makasagap. Yung nga lang, wala siyang eSIM support. Now, pagdating sa design, I kinda like yung design nito. Yung likod niya, makikita mo pag nailawan, medyo pearly white siya. And there are some lines dito, mga waves na, which looks kinda cool pag nailawan. Yung kanyang camera bump dito is very simple lang, and quite thin naman siya. Hindi siya masyadong nakaumbok. Plastic ang frame sa dito, pero hindi naman siya feeling sobrang plasticky ang feel. Plastic din ang kanyang back, by the way. I'm not quite sure kung anong Corning Gorilla Glass ang gamit niya dito, pero I'm pretty sure meron siyang certain level of protection against scratches. Now, pag tinignan naman ang kanyang bezel, okay naman, symmetrical naman siya on 3 sides, and medyo malaki rin ang kanyang camera bump, by the way. Medyo mas makapal lang ng bahagya dito sa kanyang baba. And another good thing dito sa kanya is that this one has an optical na in-screen fingerprint, which for me is a plus for mga phones at this price range. Now, ito si OnePlus Nord CE5 is being powered by the MediaTek Dimensity 8350 Apex. And nung sinalang ko naman to sa Antutu benchmark, binigyan ako ng 1.33 million points dito. And ito naman ang kanyang breakdown scores. Now, on day-to-day tasks, wala ka namang maging problema dito if you're doing a lot of multitasking, video editing, video calling, and well, even gaming. Walang problema dito sa MediaTek Dimensity 8350 Apex. And nung sinalang ko sa Wildlife Extreme na stress test, 1,000 ka na loop score, and 33% ang kanyang stability. Quite low. Pero solid naman ang kanyang score dito sa Geekbench, sa kanyang CPU benchmark, and ito naman kanyang GPU benchmark. Okay naman sa simula ang kanyang thermal throttling, and nung bandang gitna, medyo bumaba na siya, and it throttled to 73% ang kanyang best performance. Now, ginamit ko naman itong phone na ito for more than a week as my daily driver. I'm not going to give you yung review ko out of the box for just a few hours. Very dense ang review na yun kasi halos wala ka naman magagawa for a few hours using a phone like this one. Now, with the 7,100 mAh na battery on this one, and without a charger, unless you buy early, 80 watts ang support netong phone na ito na Superbook charging. Now, probably ang tatanong mo sa akin, what if bumili ka ng after ng early bird promo and wala ng charger kasama and walang case? Anong ang recommended ko na charging brick? I would personally recommend this one from Ugreen. This is the 65 watts na GAN charger na Nexode from Ugreen, and sobrang niyang compact. I like this one kasi ang bilis mag-travel, ililipid mo lang ng ganito, and ang dami niyang ports dito sa likod. I have a A port and dalawang C port. So you can charge 3 devices all at the same time, and kaya na magbigay ng Superbook charging din dito sa OnePlus Nord CE5. And best of all, may Genshin Impact pa na collaboration. More details on the description. Now, nung ginagamit ko naman tong phone na ito as my daily driver, I can directly look you in the eye and tell you na halos 3 araw ang kayang itagal ng battery ng OnePlus Nord CE5. Sobrang kunat ang battery nito. I'm not quite sure why, pero siguro very efficient si 8350 Apex. Now, ano bang ginagawa po ng past 3 days kaya tumagal siya ng ganong katagal? Basic calls, social media, walang heavy gamings, Messenger, Viber, and some quick video call. Tumagal naman siya ng 3 araw halos. And here's the fun part. Nung sinalang ko to sa PC Mark na battery stress test, hindi matapos-tapos ang testing ko sa sobrang tagal bago natapos tong test na ito. Binigyan ako ng 25 hours and 6 minutes na screen on time. This is based on 50% brightness and 60 Hz na screen refresh rate. Sobrang kunat ng kanyang battery and napawaw na lang talaga ako. Battery King. This is probably one of the first one na nag-crack ng 25 hours sa aking channel for 2025. Now, pagdating naman sa display, this one has a pretty nice and solid display. 6.77-inch na Fluid AMOLED display with a 120Hz screen refresh rate and meron siyang maximum brightness na 1,430 nits. Meron siyang Ultra HDR image support and this one is IP65 dust and water resistance. Now, I won't take too much of your time explaining yung mga display dito sa phone na ito. But one thing na magugusto mo dito is meron siya video color boost which enhances yung mga colors sa inyong video. And meron din siya option to sharpen your image, giving you sharper images pagdating sa inyong mga pictures na na-capture dito. Now, if you're browsing naman on social media dito, expect to, well, give you some really good experience dahil I was using Facebook for the days na ginagamit ko to as my daily driver. Browsing on FB is no problem. Swipe ka lang ng swipe. Well, the experience is quite good. Basta maganda naman yung internet connection. Swiping on this one, okay na okay. Now, since meron naman itong level 1 wideband security level, you can watch HD on your favorite na online streaming platform and watching on YouTube, definitely mag-enjoy ka dahil, well, quite good naman ka ng display. Pero I would say na it seems to me na mas maganda ng konti ang display ng OnePlus Nord 5 compared dito. Siguro masasabi ko siya mas punchier ng konti ang mga color production sa Nord 5. Now, one major bummer dito sa phone na ito is nung tinetest ko ang sound, akala ko ako lang, no? Tinatry ko pakinggan. So, nasaan yung second speaker niya? Normally, mga phones at mga 11, 12, 13,000 pesos from the other brands, meron na siyang stereo speaker. I'm sad to say na dito sa CE5 ni Nord, walang second speaker. So, aasa ka lang dito. Though meron siya tinatawag dito na ultra volume boost, pero for me, it's not really that loud enough. Pakinggan natin daw.
Hands up, Gabriella. Gabriella, hands up, Gabriella.
Nung sinagad-sagad ko naman to and yeah, truly gumana naman kanyang ultra volume boost dito on this phone, pansin ko no, nung sinagad ko siya on some part of the music dito sa Gabriella, parang nagbabuzz-buzz sound siya. Hindi ko sure kung may problema yung music or may problema dito sa kanyang speaker. Pero feel ko dito sa speaker may problema kasi I've been playing this music for past few videos on the other smartphone. Wala namang narinig na ganun na sound, na buzz-buzz. Siguro yun ang masasabi ko, medyo tunog lata pag sobrang sinagad mo ang kanyang volume on some music, not all. And dahil nagko-complain ako sa kanyang music, di ganun ka-okay, this one came to save the day. Ang Ugreen na Echo Buds Magic. One thing na sobrang gusto ko sa kanya dito is touchscreen na siya. Ang dami mong pwede magawa dito sa kanya. You can control your music, use it as a camera shutter button, you can control yung kanyang ANC kung low, medium, high. You can also control your bass kung gaano kalakas ang gusto mo and a lot more. Pwede mo rin laruin ka ng equalizer and all of the other things nandito lang sa kanyang screen. Andito ang kanyang charging port sa ilalim which is a C port. May kasama siyang charging cable by the way. Maganda ang kanyang hybrid na ANC. Tested ko na siya together with the OnePlus Nord CE5. Gustong-gusto ko kanyang ANC. Medyo nababawasan yung mga ingay sa paligid, lalo yung pag napuputak-putak na si Marites ay i-turn on mo, sagarin mo ang ANC. Now, ganito ang design niya. Very simple lang design nito. Kita niyo guys, no? Sobrang okay siya for me. Kung ako tatanungin mo, this is probably one of the better designs na meron ko for a buds and it looks like a pod. Honestly, I love yung kanyang design. Sobrang simple lang niya and very responsive kanyang touch on every single press na ginagawa ko. Now, very snug fit naman siya on my ears. Pag nilagay mo, okay na okay. And here is the other one. Now, honestly, ngayon halos wala akong marinig sa paligid ko kasi naka-on yung kanyang ANC which is going to drown out all of the noise sa paligid mo. The sound tripping is good and I did try to play Spotify, play some games, watching videos on YouTube. Okay itong buds na ito. Now, to better enjoy itong buds na ito, don't forget to download the Ugreen app sa Google Play Store para ma-enjoy mo ng husto itong Ugreen Echo Buds Magic. For more details kung saan ito pwede mabili, just visit the description box. Now, right now, pag-uusapan na natin ang gaming on the OnePlus Nord CE5. we're not going to do a one-game test, a racing game, unlike yung mga channel na 700,000 sub na isang game lang nilalaro, and sasabihin lang naman sa'yo kung umiinit ka ba siya, may frame drops ka ba siya on a racing game. I did play 3 games dito on this phone, Genshin Impact, Call of Duty Mobile, and si Delta Force. Pagdating sa Genshin Impact, it was really nice. Actually, not so bad ang gameplay ko dito, and I was able to set it to high graphical settings and 60 FPS. Yung FPS counter while I was gaming, nilagay ko siya sa boost mode, and nakikita ko naglalaro siya, nag-hover around mga nasa 35 to 45 FPS. Pero let's just put it on an average of 40 to be exact. Naglaro ako ng halos isang oras dito on this game. Well, honestly, I can tell you na there are a few frame drops along the way, kasi AC8350, hindi naman siya one of the most powerful chip na available for gaming, but it's pretty decent to game on this one. Solid naman ang touch response niya, though the sound is quite a bit poor para sa akin kasi on one side lang lumalabas ang sound. So you really have to use your favorite TWS, and gamit ko naman si Ugreen EcoBuds Magic was able to give me that sound na hinahanap-hanap ko naman on these buds. And I would tell you na sobrang natuwa naman dito sa kanya, playing at around mga isang oras. Though ma-expect ko talaga there would be some lags along the way, lalo na kung medyo heavy battle na. And hindi siya sobrang init umabot lang siya ng just 39 degrees Celsius. Pagdating sa Call of Duty Mobile, yun, sinagad ko rin naman siya, and umabot siya ng 120 FPS. Nag-hover lang siya at around 115 to 121 based sa chinecheck ko habang naglalaro ako. And it was quite consistent for an hour. One good thing naman dito sa kanya is very nice ang kanyang touch response. And wala namang feel na frame drops kanya along the way habang naglalaro ako. Wala rin naman lags. Quite smooth naman ang gameplay ko sa CODM, and after an hour of gameplay, 37 degrees Celsius lang. Pagdating naman sa Delta Force, sinagad ko rin ang kanyang graphical settings kung hanggang saan ang kaya niya, no? The gameplay was okay. I would tell you na not bad. And habang naglalaro ako, nung chinecheck ko ang FPS counter nito, naglalaro siya at around mga 50 FPS. Medyo consistent naman siya, no? Ang range niya nasa 48 to 51, ganun naglalaro based sa nakikita ko. It was quite smooth naman ang gameplay. Wala akong naging problema dito along the way. The graphics is nice, the touch response is good. Wala akong na-feel masyado na lag, siguro may minor lang. The sounds is not that good. And after an hour of gameplay, 37 degrees Celsius lang. Now guys, pag-usapan na natin ang camera dito. Now, I'm not going to give you just a quick few camera samples. Dadamihan natin dito. And unlike other channels na pinapakita sa inyo just a quick selfie video sample, papakita ko sa inyo selfie video sample and ang kanyang rear camera video habang naglalakad ako para makita natin kung mauga nga ba siya o hindi. And here are the specs of the camera. 50MP na main camera sensor na may OIS. This is a Sony LYT600 na camera sensor. Meron siyang 8MP na ultra-wide lens na with 112 degrees na field of view. And this is a OmniVision na OV08D10. Yung kanyang camera can shoot you up to 4K and 60. And ang kanyang front-facing camera is a 16 megapixel, which is a Sony IMX480 na sensor. This one can shoot you up to 1080p and 60 FPS. Now guys, i-analyze na natin right now some of the camera shots na nakuha natin dito from the OnePlus Nord CE5. We'll go into detail, outdoor, indoor, low light, and selfie, pati video niya, no, rear and front. We'll give you some analysis dito kung kamusta naman kanyang performance. Now, start muna natin with outdoor shot and taking a look at this fruit. I'm not quite sure kung ano fruit to. I'm pretty sure it's not calamansi. It's quite huge, no? Pag zoom mo siya, kitang-kita mo yung kanyang detail. This is probably one of the surprise dito sa kanyang camera. Wasn't really expecting it to be this detailed like what I'm seeing here with my naked eye. Pero ang ganda ng kuha niya dito. And yung kanyang green is not very saturated. Though I would say it's saturated, pero hindi siya OA ang kanyang pagka-saturated. Now, taking a look at this one also, equally said, no? Ang ganda ng kanyang pagkakuha. All of the details are there. And I simply love it. And itong plant na ito is also good. Makita natin, finocus ko dito sa gitna. And the orange is just okay. Halos ganun din na nakita ko with my naked eye. And this orange plant, this is probably one of the shots na nagustuhan ko dito sa kanya. Yung kanyang color is almost color accurate dun sa nakita ko sa aking mata. And I love all of the details dito, pati yung kanyang gitna, yung kanyang pollen is very much intact ang kanyang details. Kahit just a very simple flower shot like this one, kahit medyo maliit to, ang bilis naman niya mag-focus and the details are there. And itong calamansi shot na ito, makita mo yung kanyang imperfection sa kanyang balat. It's really nice to see those details. Another thing is that yung kanyang pagka-purple dito is the purple that I want to see kasi it's almost the same color na nakita ko in actual. I'm not quite sure kung anong plant to, but mukha siyang enoki mushroom. But it looks really nice, no? Yung kanyang pagka-shot dito, yung simplicity ng kanyang shot, and sobrang ganda na kanyang details, which I really like. I really appreciate yung details na coming from this camera at its price point. And yung kanyang color green dito is a bit saturated, but yeah, I would say na hindi nga talaga siya OA. Now, taking a look at this shot, makita natin the cloud details are okay. Probably not the best details sa makita mo kasi medyo gloomy. And yung kanyang character dito sa gitna is, well, medyo off ang kanyang color. Medyo mukha siyang kalawang. Pero in actual, medyo mas a little bit more gold than kalawang color. I'm not quite sure what happened here. Pero yung mga plants naman niya, okay naman kanyang color. Now, taking some random shots sa mga signages, okay. Very nice, very sharp. As well as some of the tall building shot na nakuha natin from the vicinity, okay naman ang mga nakikita ko. Pati ito moving na motorcycle, pag zoom mo, kitang-kita mo pa rin ang kanyang plaka. Now moving to indoor, please enter here. Ang ganda ng kanyang signage. And I love yung kanyang simple background blur. This is another good shot except na medyo nag-glare lang siya kasi malakas ang ilaw. But this one, I simply love this one. Ang ganda ng kanyang pagkakuha dito. The focus of the subject is really nice. And maganda rin ang kanyang pagka-background blur dito sa likod. Mukhang chill lang talaga ang shot na ito. This is another good shot. Ang bilis ng focus na ito. Maganda rin ang pagkakuha ko dito sa painting na ito. Looks really nice and maganda yung kanyang details once you zoom it in. Pag zoom mo at tinignan mo mga prints dito, very nice. Kitang-kita pa rin lahat ng details. And pati mga beans na ito are pretty nice, no? Hindi siya masyado nag-soften out. Now, on indoor photography naman, focus your subject is looking nice. And yeah, maganda-ganda pagka-focus. Probably one of the better focusing camera at this price range. And taking a look at some of these flowers, looks nice. Even it's indoor, maganda naman ang kuha ko sa mga flower na yun. And this is another great shot na nakuha natin. Maganda-ganda pagkakuha dito sa LED lighting, hindi nag-bleed ang kanyang kulay. Napag-usapan naman natin ang kanyang front-facing camera. Honestly, I was quite impressed din sa kanyang front-facing camera. Not so bad siya. And siguro medyo nagkaroon ng kunting beautification enhancement. Medyo nawala mang blemish sa aking mukha. And I look a little bit younger dito sa photo na ito. Wala akong kinalikot sa kanyang settings na front-facing camera. And this is just how it was shot. This is another good shot na mukhang looking good ako. Itong outdoor shot na ito also looks pretty nice and solid. Pagdating naman sa indoor, dito makikita medyo mag-soften na siya. Medyo bawas lang detail sa akin mukha. Pero there are times naman na pag binigyan mo ng magandang lighting on indoor, it can still capture some really nice shots. Ito medyo nag-soften out na rin konti. Siguro dahil sa low light. Now, if you're using a front-facing camera to take a vlog, I was quite surprised dito sa kanya na stable siya. And at this price point, normally there are other cameras na medyo malikot. Pero ibahin mo to, no? Si OnePlus Nord CE5, quite nice ang front-facing camera. And using ka ng rear camera, ito nga medyo mas matagtag pa nga to kaysa ng front-facing camera. Medyo mauga siya ng konti, pero hindi naman garapalan. I'm just using my bare hand. And the resolution is quite solid naman para sa akin. Now, given na pinakita ko na siya everything that you need to know from the OnePlus Nord CE5 here sa aking full analysis and full review, anong masasabi nyo dito sa phone na ito? For me, personally, not so bad siya at this price point. Probably one of the major letdowns sa akin is that at this price point, wala siyang stereo speaker, which is definitely a major no-no para sa akin. Wala rin siyang eSIM, so for some people, it might be a bummer, pero sa akin, not too much of a big deal. The camera performance is not so bad, and kanyang selfie camera is quite decent as well. One good thing na gusto ko dito is very clean ang kanyang UI, which is the Oxygen OS. I love yung kanyang OS. Sobrang linis ng OS ni OnePlus, which is for me commendable. And happy rin naman ako nakapaglaro ko ng Genshin Impact dito with a few lags lang naman while gaming. Yung kanyang design build is not so bad para sa akin. Should you buy this phone? For me, if you're looking for a phone na sobrang tagal ng kanyang battery, look no further. This is definitely for me the battery king for 2025. OnePlus Nord CE5. And sa below 20,000 pesos, you get a decent camera and a decent gaming experience. I would say, not a bad choice si OnePlus Nord CE5. Okay guys, bibili na ba tong phone na ito if given the chance? Let me know in the comments. And kung gusto nyo malaman kung saan nyo pwede mabili ito, I bought this from Digital Walker. You can buy this from their offline store sa mga malls, or you can just simply go to the description box below kung saan nyo siya pwede mabili. Now, if you like this video, guys, don't forget to share it to your friends. And a quick sub sa aking channel is definitely awesome. I'll see you in my next one. And so, ako para si Richmond, and you're watching Gadget Sidekick. Like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. For one of my latest uploads, click the dito. And for one of my popular uploads, click here.